everybody, it's Monkey Farm. I'm here in my Let's Play world, looking up at my waterless mob spawner, the one that uses the piston pushers to push the mobs down various levels and eventually fall down the hole there. And I found a major problem with these piston pushers in the mob spawners. And a lot of people I know have started using the piston pusher method so that the Endermen, you can keep Endermen in there and they won't have to touch water and teleport away. So I'm going to show you the problem here. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to wait till there's a piston pushing out, and then I'm going to exit the game and then log back in. Okay, so I've exited the game right there when I saw one of the pistons pushing one of the mobs out. I'm going to re-log in, or save and exit, then log in again. Okay, so I've logged back in, and what you'll see is that there's no mob even stuck in these pistons, but the piston is stuck out. And what happens is it's like the pressure plate gets permanently pressed down. And it's obviously some kind of game glitch, but sometimes they will be stuck out for a while if there's a mob still stuck in them, and then eventually they'll get bumped off and then the pressure plate will reset. However, as you can tell with this one, now there's a creeper or something standing on top of the other piston and it's stuck open. So basically I have a solution for this. So let's go over to the testing grounds where I can mess around with fly mod and all the other good stuff. Okay, we're back at the testing grounds, and actually what I've done is imported the Birdcage that Docm just released because I wanted to test this out as well because I built my pistons a little bit differently than he did. He used sticky pistons with a block in front of them. I used a regular piston with some, the redstone torches behind it. Essentially, it should do the same thing, but we'll see if somehow having the sticky pistons and that block will prevent the sticking from occurring, because maybe the mobs don't fall into the piston if there's a block rather than a piston. So hopefully that will be the case, and but I have a solution built over there just in case anyway that doesn't use pistons or water, so I'll show you that as well. But let me get some mobs coming down here and pause the game and see if they get stuck or not. Okay, I will log back in real quick. Okay, looks like we do have a stuck piston out. The mobs are eventually coming down and bumping these other mobs off, which I guess helps. But the problem is that piston still is stuck out, and oh, it looks like we have another one on the other side too. So yeah, two pistons are stuck out already. Now let me try something. I'm going to log out and then log back in. Let me turn to peaceful and see if they retract. Okay, so they didn't retract there either. So basically what the deal is that, see how the repeater is stuck on red? That means that this pressure plate is basically kind of permanently pressed when you log out, and it happens to be pressed at the minute you log out, and then you log back in and it doesn't reset itself. So obviously you can't go in here and reset your pressure plates every time you log out, or I guess you could switch to peaceful before you log out so there wouldn't be any pistons open when you log out, but that's a pain too. So anyway, I'm going to go over and show you the solution I have that doesn't use pistons or water. I'm going to be building this into my Let's Play world. I'm going to kind of retrofit I'm going to take out the pistons that I have in my current one and build this because it seems to work. So I'm going to put the torches up here and take them off here, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back, and I've turned on what I call the funnel, the mob funnel. Basically, what it is, it's a bunch of different levels, and eventually we get down to a level that kind of shrinks the area and corrals them into a smaller area. But so as you can see, there are some blocks where the mobs can just congregate for a while and hop around. There are a ton of mobs in here. You can see there are probably, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 mobs in here, and they eventually hop down. But as you can see, this has only been on for, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and obviously quite a bit of, obviously they're still falling down. You can see them kind of standing up there, but eventually, since the area where they can stand, it gets smaller and smaller. Eventually, they get bumped off. So, I'm going to turn these mobs off real quick and give you a better look inside to show you how it works. So, pretty interesting. By the way, I don't recommend building a lava trap like this because the Endermen will swim in it. You know, I just built this to make sure they die down here rather than start walking around. I wanted new spawns to show up there. So anyway, I'm going to go light up the top and show you what's going on up there. Okay, we'll start at the very top level where this is a little bit different than Doc's design, I think, but it's pretty similar. I've my old spawner used a 2 wide canal, but I've narrowed this down since we're not using pistons. I needed to keep the fall area as small as possible. But anyway, we have two 6 wide canals with the half slabs to stop spider spawning, and then what happens is it drops down onto this level, which will prevent damage. They might get a little damage, I think, from dropping 3 or 4 blocks, but it won't be enough to kill them or severely injure them. So that once you finally get to the bottom, you want to be able to kill them yourself so that you get the XP points. But anyway, so what I've done is basically alternated where the canal is, so that they can get all the way to the bottom without getting any severe damage. So the top level, they drop off here. I'll just walk off real quick. They drop off here, they walk around, or they spawn here and they walk around, and then eventually they will walk into here, into that canal where they also don't get any damage, and then put the canal back in the middle again so they can fall down here. And then what happens after, let's see, I think four full-size levels, what I did is where these canals fall down here, I made the wall right next to it. So basically, their area where they can walk is now much smaller. So we've narrowed that down. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, and then we just kind of repeat that process again. We're down here where there are only two block holes where they can fall down. By the way, I have the signs on all of these so that they feel comfortable walking off. And then eventually they get down to where there are only 2 blocks on each side of the hole where they can fall through. You know, so they do hop around on these blocks for a while once you get down to these very small levels. But, you know, eventually they do either get bounced in to the hole by other mobs falling down on them, or they just walk off eventually. And as you can see, you know, this was only a minute or a couple minutes actually of mob drops, and you know that's more than enough. And eventually they all will fall down. It just takes a little bit more time, but you know, as you can see, it works fairly efficiently, and definitely efficiently enough, and you don't have to worry about your system glitching out or getting stuck pistons. Also, it uses a lot less resources. It's much easier to build. So I am actually in progress of renovating my current mob spawner in my Let's Play to fit this format. I basically just have to take out the pistons on the side, readjust the canals and everything, and adjust the size a little bit. But I will be doing a tutorial on this if you need it. But you know, it's pretty easy to do, but I will do a video on it in my Let's Play just so you guys can see it. But so anybody having problems with the pistons, definitely, you know, think about this method. obviously, as I showed you, it works, and it's not going to have the glitching piston problem. So good luck, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Also, I am releasing my Skull Island Challenge video soon, so check back for that, and make sure you're subscribed. I will talk to you guys later.